Hey, what's going on? Welcome to WhiteysWalk DFS, the core plays video for the NBA DraftKings main slate for April 17th, 2021. Little housekeeping before we get into the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave a comment down below. Make sure you got notifications turned on so you're making sure you get all these videos as they come to you. This is great free content, guys, for the rest of this NBA season. I'm doing this absolutely free. We've been on a heater lately. Last night, scored a 340. Was right up there, one player away from a major takedown. Follow me on Twitter at WhiteysWalk for news and updates to the core plays that I'm about to give you. As that's the most important thing you can do. News, injuries, and stuff come up, and that's where your value plays come from. So if you're following me and you've been watching the videos, you know that's key to DFS. If you're new to the channel, what I do here is I give you 3 plays at every position. I give you a top tier play at 10K to 8K. I give you a mid tier play at 8K to 5K, and I give you a value play at 5K and under for every position. And at the end of the video, I give you a starting 5, a starting core 5, I call it. And that gives you a great base to get you started and mess around with the lineups. But as always, so important to follow me on Twitter at WhiteysWalk to make sure you're getting the change to those core plays as news and injuries and stuff come up to it. But enough of all that. Let's get right into it. The reason you're here. Let's start it off at point guard. My top tier point guard, 10K to 8K, is pretty simple. Russell Westbrook. Been killing slates, a floor of 60. There's nothing you can say bad about the guy. We were all worried that when Beal came back, it might drop off. It hasn't. His 10-game log is huge. Basically a 60 floor with an upside of seriously can be 100 plus. But of that 70 to 75, can definitely break any slate that Russell Westbrook's on. Fantastic play at 10-9. He went down 100. He was 11K last slate. Russell Westbrook, top tier point guard, pretty simple. Not much you have to say there. The mid tier point guard I'm going with is Colin Sexton, and I don't think he's going to be too highly owned. But if you look at Colin Sexton's play lately, has been fantastic. Sorry, guys. His last 3 there, 39.5, 36, 38.75, 33.75, 37. Like you can say, it's a 35 floor for the guy. At only 7,500, he should be able to destroy White and Satoransky on Chicago's side of the ball. He's safe, I'd say, for, like you say, I say 30 to 35 floor, and he does have 50 upside, but his upside is more around 45, but can get you that 50. Colin Sexton's a great mid-tier play if you want to go mid-tier at the point guard. My value point guard, Corey Joseph. This was a close one that I was going to play. Corey Joseph at 4,700. He's going up against Washington, has a horrible backcourt defense. It was real close. I like him and I like Sabian Lee today. Sabian Lee is at 3,200, really safe. Had a great game last as well. But I like Corey Joseph he just feels a little bit safer to me. He has a higher upside. I mean, a higher floor. Sorry about that. Has a higher floor, I feel, with about 15 to 20 as a floor. He's had the big game of 49.25. I'm not expecting that out of him. But he does have that 40-plus upside. I'm hoping to get between 20 and 25 with Corey Joseph. I'll be really happy if I get 30, and then anything after that is bonus. If you do want to get some salary relief and go down to Sabian Lee, I would not fault you. His last game was great. He's also down 3,200 last game. Sorry, things going slow here. 17.5. So like I said, he does have a little bit higher. I've got him backwards. Sorry, let me flip that. Corey Joseph is the higher upside. Sabian Lee is the higher floor. Okay, and just a young cat there. I prefer Corey Joseph though. Let's move on. Going on to shooting guards. My top tier shooting guard, Bradley Beal, to right on the other side with Westbrook. I wouldn't pair the two together. Although it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt even with Westbrook and him playing to side. He's still a 40-plus guy. A floor of 30. He does have the 50-plus upside. Nothing like Westbrook. But like I said, I wouldn't play them both together. So if you're going to go down at point guard, feel free to plug Beal in there. At 8,700, that's a huge savings for a guy who can get you 50. Not my top choice today, but I wouldn't fault you if you want to play Bradley Beal. My mid-tier shooting guard I love, and someone who's been playing very, very good lately, Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks at 5,400. If you look at his last game, 41 and basically a floor of 20. Dylan Brooks is sneaky too. He gets under-owned, and he gets all the minutes in the world. I mean, 29 plus minutes, 31, 37, 32 minutes, 40. Gets all the minutes in the world. Under-owned, he is shooting guard and small forward eligible, so it's easier to plug him in. I love Dylan Brooks as a mid-tier shooting guard to get salary relief in a fast-paced game. Value shooting guard, and someone I absolutely love, and on a slate right now that doesn't have a whole lot of value right now, Sabian Lee at 3,200, near min price. Not Sabian Lee. Sorry, Damian Lee. Damian Lee is the one I'm looking for. Where is he here? Where is he here? Where is he? I think he actually might be on the small forward end. Sorry. Let me find him here. Let's just go here and make this simple. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. This is important because this is a great play. Am I spelling him wrong? Let's do it this way. Let's go Golden State. I know where he is. Damian Lee, where are you? That's because he's over here. Sneaky, sneaky. I had him in already here. See, he's already plugged into the lineup. So important. Sorry about that, guys. Damian Lee, value shooting guard, 3,100, near min price. Almost won me a tournament the other day. Sneaking in 21.25, 16, 16. If I can get a 15 out of Damian Lee, 15 DK points, I'm very happy. Again, dual position eligible, shooting guard and small forward. Tends to get in the games, especially if there's a blowout. And normally this time, I hate to say it because I love the Warriors, but they're on the bad side of the blowout side. But they've been playing well. And I think they're going in to try and get into that playoff tournament. So Damian Lee has been playing well. I love him to get the salary relief on a slate right now. Like I said, has not much value at all. Things might open up, but you're going to follow me out, WhiteysWalk, to figure that out. That's my value shooting guard. Took forever to get to it. Sorry, computer illiterate. Could have found him over there. Moving on to small forward. A play I really, really do love is Middleton today. Middleton has been playing so well with the way the GA has been playing. Sort of, we don't know what's going on with him. Last game, he's being ruled out. He's been ruled out a couple games before. Then he was playing the game. And Drew Holiday and Middleton are the ones that step up on the offense whenever GA is not himself. Whether he's out or just not himself, you look for those two to play in there. So Middleton at 8,400. This guy has major, major upside. 50-plus upside for sure. A 30 floor. A great play. 8,400 is on the higher end of where I'd like to play Chris Middleton, but until he gets to around 87, 9K, that's when I stop thinking about Middleton and I look more for Drew Holiday. Middleton, out of the two of those, is the lesser owned normally. Middleton's a great play, top tier small forward. This slate doesn't have that many small forward plays. I love him a lot. A person I'm going to kind of be sneaky with, though, is my mid-tier small forward today. And my mid-tier small forward, Marcus Smart, on Boston, absolute defensive killer, and plays both ways all the time, plays with heart. 6,300 only. You know you're never going to get a dull moment out of Smart because he's there to win. He has a pure winning attitude. Jaylen Brown is questionable right now. If Jaylen Brown sits, I am absolutely going to play Marcus Smart. That's when he definitely gets an uptick. I'd say he's got the 20 to 25 floor. With more realistically, I'm hoping to get around 35 to 40 with him, but he can get you 50 upside if he gets those steals. Like I said, also point guard, shooting guard eligible, helps you with those lineups. Definitely an upside. Marcus Smart is a great play at small forward today, where I believe you're going to play more of a mid-tier than the top tier on that position. Going on to the value small forward, and someone who's been playing very, very well lately, just Mr. Consistence, Desmond Bane. At 3,600, the guy's price just doesn't go up. I mean, he's not a killer. He's not a slate killer. He's just a consistent 15 to 20 floor, always down around that minimum wage, where you need to really find some of that diamonds in the rough. He can get you that 25 to 35. but he does play like limited minutes. He's under 25 minutes normally. 15 to 20 minutes is normal, but definitely if he gets over 25 minutes one time, I can see this guy going off. He did do 23 and 19. He's about, he's not quite a point a minute guy unless he's getting more play. I don't know how to explain that to you. He needs to get in the flow. He's one of those kind of players. But a two-way player, shooting guard and small forward, eligible, great salary relief, $3,600. If you want to plug him in, he's never going to give you a 0 or a real 5. He's going to get you that 15 to 20 consistent. A cash game, maybe a good play in cash games today. Let's move on to power forward. Power forward pay up today, Jason Tatum. People are going to probably be pretty high on GA. I just don't know. I just don't feel good about him lately. I don't know what it is. The last game GA played wasn't a horrible game. Still got 30.25, but when you're expecting 60 or 50 from a guy, he just doesn't seem right. He was going 50s and 60s constantly before here. If you look down before, and then all of a sudden it drops off 47. He did have a big 72.5 game. But last game against Atlanta, 30.25 in only 25 minutes. That's the part that worries me. I think this team right now is going to play GA as little as they have to. They need him to be healthy in the playoffs. That team has proven that they can get by, but in a 7-game series, I do not think they can win without GA. So I think it's at that part of the season you have to be careful with some of these studs on contending teams. Milwaukee is definitely a contender, especially in the East. So GA might see limited minutes if this game gets out of hand at all. Memphis should be able to keep it close, but if it gets out of hand, GA can sit. I'm hoping on that. That's my game script today. And I went down to my top tier play is Jason Tatum. Not only do I believe Jason Tatum is going to be lower owned today, still up there in the ownership, but Jason Tatum is another 50-plus guy who's, what can you say bad about him? Did not seem like himself the last game with only 28.75. Like I said, Jaylen Brown might be sitting. If Jaylen Brown sits today, absolutely, Tatum goes in. I'm hoping that doesn't happen because then Tatum's ownership will definitely rocket. But I'm going to play that game script. I'm going to hope that GA doesn't play a whole bunch and go off, and Tatum will be the best play to have today. My mid-tier power forward and someone I'm going to play a lot of, and if that game script again with GA sitting, Bobby Portis steps in. That's my play right there. Bobby Portis, 6,600, a rebounding machine. This guy can get he can have a 20 and 20 game. But 25.25 is his last DK points, 33.75 before that, 34.5 before that. Bobby Portis, if GA for some reason sits, I love Bobby Portis. Not GA out of the game, but if GA is on the bench, Bobby Portis is playing. I'm going to have a lot of Bobby Portis today. He can flat out score. Salary relief as well. 6,600 is not a bad play for him. And if the game script goes the way I think it is, Bobby Portis might be in that winning lineup today. My value power forward and someone who darn near almost won me a tournament the other night is, and I love saying this name, Juan Toscano Anderson on Golden State. Getting a lot more minutes lately at 3,600. Last game, 38.25. That's when I had him and he went off. He did get 31 minutes in that game. That's not normal. I'm projecting him for more to 25 minutes. But like I said, Golden State Warriors is still a run and gun team. There has to be someone else to get scoring. Juan Toscano Anderson also gets rebounds, having a 7-rebound game in that. But this is where it is. See the blocks, 1 block, 1 steal. It's the peripherals with this guy. This guy is someone who also can get you that 38-point game and win you a tournament. At 3,600, you need to find value on this slate. And Juan Toscano Anderson is a sneaky one. His ownership was under 1% when I had him there. A great play. I'm actually going to have him a lot to get salary relief today. I'm just going to jump on that ship again and hope that Juan can do it for me again. All right, we're going to move through this because I want you guys to have lots of time to play around with this and build. This slate does go live in almost 3 hours, 2 hours, 44 minutes now. So let's get to the center. And this is where I believe I'm going to play on this slate, a two-center slate, I call them, for sure. The centers I love in here. I believe you're going to have to get your centers right and also hopefully find some good value. But my center, I'm going to go, my high price center is Nikola Vucevic, playing awesome since he got to the Bulls. Traded there. He's giving us 35, 40 floor, 53 upside. He can get you that 60 to 65. Just a great safe play, I feel. I love Vooch. He never really gains huge ownership. I don't really get it, but hey, I'll take that anytime I can. He gets all the minutes he can handle here, 30, 35, 33. Doesn't get in foul trouble too often. And going against Cleveland, they're big guys. Going up against Love, going up against anyone else there, I just believe he's going to have a monster game. Look for him to get 50, 55 today. My mid-tier center today, Jarrett Allen, also a great play. Jarrett Allen's play he's a rebound machine. Just came back off injury at 7,600 right now still. Last game got you 39. Game before that, 30 with 40. So he's around a 30 to 35 floor with 40 to 45 upside. Rebounds is where you get it with this guy. 14 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 11, and blocks. If you can get another 3-block game out of him and he puts up a 14 rebounds with 20 points, this guy's going to have a monster game, and he's very, very, very capable of doing that. He's faster than Vooch, and Vooch can't play all the minutes. Jarrett Allen is going to get as many minutes as he can handle on Cleveland since he came back. Jarrett Allen, great play at mid-tier. You get some salary relief. 7,600 is near the top of what I like to pay for him, but he's still there. He's still safe, especially on this slate. But the great play here, I'm going to go back to it. Stewart, I know Plumlee is playing today, but Isaiah Stewart, Plumlee can't play the whole game. Isaiah Stewart's going to come on, and he is a point-per-minute monster. Last game, 50.75 in 32 minutes. Plumlee wasn't in that game. You have to keep that. It's more realistic to see him probably getting around the 25 to 35 DK points tonight. But if Plumlee gets in some foul trouble tonight against Washington, Stewart's going to kill Len. Stewart can kill anyone else on that Washington end. Isaiah Stewart is probably going to be in that 2-center lineup like I spoke of. And then you're also getting the salary relief at 4,600. Hopefully Isaiah Stewart gets in there and we get some fouls out of Plumlee or something going out crazy out of Plumlee. But that's it. That's our core plays at each position. Here you can see I've built a lineup that I really like. This is the core starting 5 to give you guys it. Point guard Russell Westbrook. He was our top tier point guard we picked. Shooting guard Damian Lee. This is where you can get some value. I told you I loved him. If you want, you can also go to Juan Toscano. Get rid of Damian Lee. Put Juan Toscano in there. Is a great play as well. But I think Damian Lee is sneaky today, and I'm hoping just to get around that 15, his average. And if I get anything extra, that's good. He's darn near 3,100, so almost min-priced. I skip over the small forward center that we normally have there, small forward position. I go to power forward. I put Bobby Portis in. Like I said, I love him. I'm going to have to play my game script. That is so important, guys. Believe in what you think your game strips are going to be. And I hope GA doesn't go off, and I hope for some reason he doesn't get lots of minutes. Bobby Portis should see lots. Vooch, I'm going to put in my center. I think he might go high. He might get some ownership today just because there isn't many high-end centers. And going against Cleveland, just not a very good defensive against the centers. Vooch at 9,800. He was our top tier center. And then I put in my value center down at the utility, Stewart. And that gives you an awesome build with 5,000 left to play with in the last 3 positions. You have tons of room there. But it's so important. Like I always say, follow me on Twitter at WhiteysWalk. I'll give you news and updates and changes to this core plays as I get the news throughout the day. If you guys need to, you can listen to this on podcast version, wherever your podcast platforms, whatever you listen to on there, search up WhiteysWalk. You can get all of these YouTube videos in audio version on those. Like I said, guys, I want to see you guys in the green. I want to get you away from that withdraw screen. Let's flip that around here. Let's get you away from that deposit screen into the green and on your way to the withdraw screen, guys. Till next time, thanks for listening.